get started.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? Stephen Brown here, Marcus Rembert,
That's right. Good
and
morning.
we're here once again, BootCamp Realtors, and we're here to give you a little bit of inspiration and some knowledge about the real estate
Yep.
community right now. Right now there's a lot of, it's a hot market. It's a great market for sellers right now. It's definitely a seller's market, and there's still from 2008, there are still some people that are in bad situations. And when they find themselves in a bad situation, they want to get out, of course.
Right.
And some of the ways that they're able to get out from a bad loan is actually short sale their home. And Marcus, I know that you've, in the past, you've helped some clients out with some short sales, right?
Yep. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, like Steve said, a short sale is just another vehicle or a tool to really help you. We adjust this a bit. Help you get out of a situation, especially if your property values haven't recovered from 2008, as Steve mentioned before. So we're going to really quickly go over short sale. So what is a short sale? It's a really a relatively new tool in the real estate world. It came about really as of the last recession in 2008, 2009, where if your value of your home is less than what you owe the mortgage company or mortgage companies, if you have a couple of mortgages on your home, then, and let's say you have a life event happen, you lose a job, a death in the family, or you have to move for some reason, then those factors would typically qualify you for a short sale, where you go to the bank and say, hey, I have this life event and I need to be able to sell my house. However, where property values are now, I need to sell it for short of what I owe you, the bank. Hence the term short sale. So, like it said, it's a relatively new tool. And what it involves is what you'll want to do is you're a candidate for a short sale, reach out to a realtor like Stephen or myself who will be able to point you in the right direction, because the first thing we'll do is get your information, answer questions about the process, but then connect you with a good attorney who's familiar with short sales. That's the key piece. You want to get connected with a good short sale attorney. And we have resources that can help you with that if you feel like you're a candidate. So we talked about what it is, who it's for, how does it work. So you get together, you get with the short sale attorney and your lender, and they'll give you a package that has, okay, what's your income? Did you have an income reduction? What's your life event? Tell us what's going on. And then you write them a letter just basically describing why you need to short sell your home. And then you once you get that packet, you send that information into the bank, and then they'll give you an initial approval saying, okay, we're willing to entertain you going through the short sale process. But the first thing you need is an offer on your home. So that's where realtors like Steve and myself will come in, where we would tell you, okay, based off of the condition of your home, and by the way, a short sale is considered a distressed sale. So it's not a foreclosure, but a foreclosure is also a distressed sale. It's a distressed sale from the standpoint of you typically have to sell your home below market value, and it's sold as is. So you don't have to typically worry about making repairs, things like that. The other thing that a short sale is beneficial for is it doesn't impact your credit as negatively as a foreclosure does.
Now, what is it? I know in the past it used to be about 3 years it would take for your credit to repair, but actually now in the past year that's not always the case.
Yeah,
right?
it depends. That's a great point. Actually, there are some short sale candidates who, depending on their situation, if they're not behind on payments, they can actually get into another house relatively quicker. And typically, that next house they buy is cheaper than the one they were in. That way, they don't end back up in the short sale cycle.
That makes sense.
Yep. So no, it's a great point. Now, so from the seller perspective, once you sit down with your realtor, and the realtor will help you to develop what they feel like is market value for your home from a short sale perspective. Then your home goes on the market, Short sales are very attractive to some buyers because it allows them to buy a home at market value, and I'm sorry, below market value. They come in and then they have to make the necessary repairs. Some investors are really good candidates to buy a short sale as well, where they can buy it cash because again, it is an as-is purchase. From the buyer's perspective, if you're thinking about buying a short sale, they typically, here's the trade-off. They can typically take 4 to 6 months for the bank to process everything. So if you're representing a buyer, like Steve and I are representing a buyer, the first thing we tell them when we explain short sales is to say, hey, you got to be patient through the process. And it's just because you have to go through a bank. In a bank, you have to go typically through an asset manager. That's a different department. That asset manager is probably responsible for tons of other properties across the country as well. So it just takes some time to work through that process. But let's say you're a buyer, you put a home under contract for short sale, and then the bank is going to send out someone to do what's called a BPO, a broker's price opinion, to make sure that what that broker tells them or brokers tell them that home is currently worth matches the price that you've agreed to. If it doesn't match, then it'll be adjusted one way or the other. Then it's up to you and the seller to see if you guys can make that price work. And then we talked about that's pretty much it. 4 to 6 months as is purchase, distressed sale. It's a good tool, especially if you need to move or you need to move out of state too. And because typically during a short sale, the lender will be patient with you on making payments on the mortgage. Some cases, the lenders will say, hey, you could, or your attorney may advise you to stop making payments altogether. So it just depends on your situation. So if you have any questions, what should they do?
If you have any questions at all, you can reach us at BootCamp Realtors at gmail.com, or you can call us up. Marcus, your number is?
815-793-5736.
My number is 815-690-3670. Again, our email address, bootcamprealtors at gmail.com. We also will have our website that will be coming soon. We thank you guys for always supporting us. We'll see you soon.
All right,
Take care.